good evening, and welcome to another episode of Just Chat. We definitely have an exciting show for you. Of course, I'm Nneka.
I'm Ebony Monique.
And we cannot move one step further without talking about our champions. Go Cavs.
Yes.
They did it.
Yes. They made
off.
history. They did it. LeBron kept his promise,
yes,
and he brought the championship home, and you can tell that he was not going to let that pass. I mean, that game was so intense.
It was so intense.
I was so nervous. I didn't know what to do. I was standing up, sitting down, pacing, rocking. I was like, what do I do? It was just a great game from beginning to end.
Yes, I'm still looking for the reruns of the game.
Yeah,
I was actually downtown. And
oh, you were?
Yes, I was in the midst of
were you on the police
people.
cars?
I was not
on the RTA bus?
Police car.
On the lamppost?
I didn't do any of those things.
Okay.
But we actually had a great time.
Yeah.
A lot of people. I haven't been in that kind of crowd. I can't remember the last time I've been in a crowd like that.
Mm-hmm.
But the energy, the momentum, people were celebrating, high-fiving, hugging,
dancing. I saw a lot of footage on Facebook and stuff. They were streaking.
Well, they didn't streak, but there were people who were naked on top of automobiles, waving the Cavs flag. I mean, they were really they were celebrating, having a really good time. So, and we were down with the family, and Kingston had a good time.
Yeah.
He got a little nervous.
It was so many people.
It was so many people.
Okay.
I was a little claustrophobic myself.
Yeah.
So we didn't stay really long after they had won, but it was such a cool experience, being a part of history.
Right.
So many people counted them out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
everyone, I believe.
Yeah.
Pretty much 90% of ESPN and
so many
even
people counted
their own
hometown.
Well,
it's unfortunate. Yeah. But they did. They proved everybody wrong,
and we won on their court. Like that was the bittersweet moment for me.
Karma.
Yeah.
Right back at you.
It was.
So it was just so nice to see them. I have never seen so many grown men cry.
The ugly cry.
Yeah.
I mean, they did the ugly cry. LeBron.
Did you see
JR?
They are not running down his nose and everything. It was so nice.
Even the coach, even Tyronn Lue.
Yes.
And what I look at every little detail when I'm watching something. So what I caught with LeBron when he was crying and then he got up off the floor, he was like, "Where's my wife? Where's my wife? I said, Rocky, Adrian.
Yes, he came on nothing else. Where's my wife? I said that was so
yes,
nice.
It was.
I noticed that too.
Yeah, it was. And so, I mean, I'm just so happy for them. I mean, Kyrie.
Yes, he did it. He did.
Because, it was really tough by the half. And then that third quarter.
Yeah.
JR turned up and Kyrie turned up. That fourth quarter, Kyrie sunk that three to get us up.
Yes, he
and then LeBron came from 4th Street and blocked that shot. I mean, man, he was like, "This is going to go down today, tonight," and it did. And I am just so happy to be a part of Cleveland history.
And the cool thing too is to see that they were all so humble. The humility that they displayed was, just by the tears and just, the fact that they made mention of their team. How they couldn't do it alone.
Yes.
They were really in awe of LeBron.
Yes.
And how he, come on, I'm carrying a team.
Right.
And
they followed.
They followed.
They let him lead and they followed.
They did.
Ego.
There was one interview where Kyrie said that he had to kind of catch himself because he caught himself sort of observing because he was so in awe. He said, I had to kind of get back in the game.
Yeah.
But, and then he referred to him as the Beethoven of basketball.
Wow.
So, and Jefferson. That's not. I hate to hear that he's retiring.
Well,
let me
tell you, I am really happy for Jefferson because he's been in the league so long, and to get his ring, and this is the way you're supposed to retire. You're like, you know what? That's why he was crying so much. He was like, I did. I got my ring knocking. Like,
yes,
you know.
Go, yeah.
I
well, so wait a minute. What about Virgil? Did you see the interviews? I mean, the articles.
Yeah. About which part?
Well, he was celebrating, and they said how awkward it was. Well, he was asked to leave.
Well, okay, so I heard that was actually a Photoshop picture.
It looked like
yeah, I think it was Photoshop. But here's the thing with Virgil.
Is this photo?
Yeah, the thing with Virgil is now he's entitled. Well, I won't say entitled, but he actually is eligible to receive the ring too. Right. Because he played, half the season with us. I believe it was 30 games he played with us. However, it's up to the Cavs if they will give him the ring or not.
Right. And same with the coach.
And the coach. Well, yeah. With Black. Black, I think he should get one.
I do too.
Virgil, let me tell you why.
Did he make you mad?
Girl, he made me mad. I'm going to tell you why. Because I was team Virgil the entire time he was here. I had the curly wig and everything. But
he was a pest.
After he left, maybe it was some bitter moments that sunk in and he was just speaking out of emotion. But he said some pretty foul things about the Cavs. He talked about, how they're really not friends. And, I mean, you just put their whole little thing, their business out there. And I didn't like that. He even talked about, I want to play the Cavs in the finals because I'm sure we're going to win. That kind of thing, so. Right. So I don't think he deserves a ring there, Joe.
Well.
Try again next year.
They were fantastic. I mean, each and every.
Well, I enjoy. There are so many moments of the series I enjoyed. Okay, so the one moment I deserved was, Game 6 with LeBron blocked Curry's shot. Again, came from East Ninth this time.
And was mugging.
And he
What you think he said? What you think he said?
We know what he said. We can't say that right now. My mama watching. But you know what he said. You know what he said.
Oh, I wish we had audio.
Man, and the whole, you could tell it was like a battle between the two or whatever. And then when, Curry had his, infant fit and got ejected and everything. Like, I like Steph Curry. I do like him. I actually like Golden State except for Draymond Green, Yeah. But that whole thing, and then when Aisha.
Oh, yes.
With Aisha, when she wanted to tweet.
She did. She was a little emotional.
But you know what? And he finally came out, Steph Curry finally came out and said, it's going to be handled. We're going to have a talk. I'm going to cut off her Wi-Fi. Whatever. Yeah. But my thing is, like, she got to the point where she was just too vocal. Like, you have to be smart. You talking about an organization who is your bread and butter.
Yeah.
Your husband's job. Okay, so if you feel that they're rigged in your favor, honey.
Yes.
I mean, you have hundreds of millions of dollars. You have endorsements. You have ring. You have 2 MVPs.
Right. Yeah.
So the one time your husband, right, he loses his cool. Now it's rigged, girl. Bye, Aisha. Yeah. Go ahead, make some muffins or something. Right. Girl, bye.
Well, and then she did send an apology, or
did she?
Yeah, she sort of recanted her tweet.
Well, you can't recant. Well, she probably recanted it after Steph, probably told her a little something.
She got a little emotional. She's
and I understand her. No, I am too. But like even Stephen A. Smith, the ESPN analyst, how he said take a book from Savannah's. A chapter from Savannah's book, basically like her husband has been the most scrutinized player in the NBA.
This is true.
I mean, I even scrutinized him when he left us. So I mean,
let me just tell you, I just stopped. I did. LeBron, if he want me to like him again, he got to put a ring on it.
Right.
So he can put the ring on it.
Right. Exactly. I mean, we were still mad about that and upset about that. That was a big thing for us.
Yeah,
but Savannah, huge. You didn't hear her come out, and she had every right to talk to her husband's critics. Popping back off at him. She could have done it, and it would have been okay. Yeah, I get it, because but she didn't. She's graceful.
Yeah, she is. She is.
She is graceful. I think that she's a wonderful woman. I really do. And so when Stephen A. Smith was kind of saying that, and he was even saying, I mean, no disrespect to you, Aisha, but I'm just saying you're young and you're just now getting, noticed in the NBA.
Right.
Was Savannah been here? Yeah, Savannah been in here. You know, maybe talk to her about how she handles this scrutiny and this criticism.
You gotta be smart. You do. You have to be smart when you have somebody in the public eye. Yeah. You know, it's not the easiest thing to do to sit back and see your loved one be criticized.
I mean, think about Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Her husband. I mean, I couldn't imagine that being my husband. I would have been.
I can't wait till the books come out. You know the books
come out. I know.
When it's all over with, she's gonna have a good book out.
She is.
I can't wait.
I can't wait either. So all right, so yeah, Go Cats. So the parade.
Go Cats.
Yeah, the parade was on Wednesday.
Yes.
It was lots of fun as well.
Yes.
I mean, Cleveland just turned up, and I'm just so excited because everything that you heard on the news about Cleveland, I mean, it was almost 1 million people downtown.
Right.
So, and you didn't hear anything about people fighting or people getting hurt.
Yes.
You know, it was people were celebrating so much they had to like close down.
Yes.
You know, the streets and the exits and stuff.
Yes.
You know, but
yes, I will say, you know, when we as nervous as I was because everybody was so on 10.
Right.
That people celebrated respectfully for the most part. You did have some. Few shenanigans going on.
Well, yeah, that's just the alcohol.
Yeah. We had some folks that were wasted.
Yeah.
But for the most part, there was no. I mean, it was love. It was love. It was love. It was not like people at each other or. I mean, people were really, really excited for our city.
Yeah, and that's what this one quote I did see on one of my Facebook friends' page, and he said it was the day that we won, and he said today. We aren't Christians and Muslims. Today we aren't black and we aren't white. Today we're all Clevelanders.
That's right. And we were all
champions. Yes. So go Cavs, and I can't wait next year. Like, what's gonna happen next year?
No, I'm gonna
just bask in this. Bask in this.
We'll worry about next year. But I mean that just when you think about the fact that the Warriors had 3 chances to win the game. All they needed was one more and couldn't do it. Could not.
And that's why I feel so bittersweet because I know during the playoffs we were like, we want to play OKC. And I am so happy that we got this rematch.
Yeah, I know.
It makes it feel so much better. Yeah. It really does.
It was good. I mean, just to see them dig all the way in from start to finish. Just a triumphant story.
It is.
So we'll keep watching.
Yes, I'm excited. So let's go ahead and take a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back. Okay, so we're going to get into our popular talk that has the social media world buzzing. Apparently they like us talking about relationships.
Wow.
I know.
Isn't that something?
It is something. So I do have a very interesting question, to see how you feel about this. So how are you with having your husband, or for anyone, their mate, having friends of the opposite sex? What do you think about that?
Friends of the opposite sex. Well, I mean, I think if you are comfortable in your relationship, that it's okay. I mean, you have to have a level of trust. And I do realize not all relationships have that level of trust. I will tell you that I don't play that just my friend stuff. Now, if you got a friend that is of the opposite sex, then she should be our friend.
Yes.
Okay,
right.
That I mean, and I think that's what kind of key. If my friends that are male friends, my husband knows them. We're all friends.
Right.
It's not a thing where well, this is my friend, and I mean, if you can't introduce your friend to me, and we can't all hang out and be friends at some point, and I'm not saying that you can't have your own moments with your friend if that's truly your friend.
Right.
But there's no this is my friend, and I don't know this chick from Adam.
Right. And she just popped about the blue.
That's not cool. That's not okay.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you with that because how that song go? No new friends. How that go? Where my young people at? Like, how that song go? Well, I don't do new friends. Okay, so let me just say I don't do new friends. But
no new friends. So it could be any new friends.
Let me tell you about that. So I do have male friends who I was friends with prior to my marriage relationship. So I immediately bring them in, like you were saying, and they become our friends. Yes. You know. My husband, and he's gonna be kind of probably mad I'm telling you all this. But anyway, I'm being honest. You know, he has a lot of friends as well. And a lot of them I do know that were friends prior to. But I think that him and I have a lot of disconnect on the whole new friends.
Okay. So you're not okay with new friends.
I'm not okay with new friends. And he does really well with introducing me to them. I just don't understand sometimes why y'all gotta be so how y'all become friends, like why? And I'm gonna tell you a story. Let me tell you a story. So one day, this was probably about...
Oh, Rico's very friendly.
He is very friendly. And we both are social butterflies.
Yes.
So that's why we mesh so well. So I'm not mad at him because that's just who he is.
Yes, it is.
But me being a female, I know how females think a lot of times. So, as you know, he's also a landscaper.
Yes.
And it's about 2 years ago now, and he just kept coming home with like these coconut cream pies. And so when you hear or see a coconut cream pie, you think, oh, it's one of his older customers. I don't mind the old friends. I mean, if they like 70 and over, what they gonna do? So my thing. So I'm like, okay, coconut cream pie. So he was like, oh yeah, I forget let's call her Sarah.
Okay. Oh
yeah, Sarah made a coconut cream pie. So I'm also very protective over other people cooking for my husband. That's another subject. Right. But so I'm like, oh, okay, coconut cream pie, Sarah, 70 years old. Perfectly fine. Okay? Perfectly fine. But it was like every week it was a new coconut cream pie. And I was like, what is going on with these coconut cream pies? And so one day we were talking and he was like, oh, this is Sarah texting me right now. Sarah's 70. Why is she texting? And what is she texting about? I mean, so I was like, well, what she want? She's talking to me. She's telling me about her husband and how he's getting on her nerves and their issues and problems. So I'm like, but Sarah's 70.
Yeah.
I mean, at this time, if he get on your nerves, just deal with it. I've been married for a long time. You old anyway. So that's how I'm feeling, right? So someone was like, what's she talking to you about it for? Oh, we're friends and she feels comfortable having someone to talk to about it or what have you. So I was like, how old is Sarah? And so he tells me that Sarah, she was in her 30s. Immediately my alarms, went off. And I'm like, first of all, we're going to cease and desist her landscaping contract. Because, first of all, why are you making him a coconut cream pie every week? And then you're under 35. How do you know how to make that? Yeah. Okay, that's number 2. Okay. And then number 3, why are you talking to him about your issues? To me, that's like a whole thinking hook. You know what I'm saying? And he's so, Rico's so not. He's like, oh, it's
heartless.
Yeah, you trust me, I'm not gonna do it. No. So now I'm thinking, okay, so these coconut cream pies, what should we put in these coconut cream pies? I think about you can curse food, love potions, or whatever you got.
You think she put a love potion in there?
Nah, because he's still home. He ain't going nowhere. That curse don't work, girl. I put the blood of Jesus on that. So, but you never know. I mean, whatever. And so, so what ended up happening, he stopped, because I was really adamant about him not.
You didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I was not comfortable. Yeah. And after, he stopped doing her yard and cutting her grass, everything stopped. Like, she's all calling him and saying, you know what I'm saying? So there was some motives behind that. So
right.
that's just,
and you do. I think we do. And men thing too. Men have to watch, you know, their wives and significant others as well, to make sure that they're not falling into, you know, because it can't. But certain things are just flat out inappropriate,
right? And
you do have to, you know, voice it and be respectful of one another. You know, you do have to have that level of respect. If I'm not comfortable with something, and I'm telling you I'm not comfortable, I don't care how friendly you think the situation is, it should stop. Right. You know?
Like I don't think it's appropriate for me to, now it's different, you know, when you're networking.
Right.
For business purposes. Correct. You meet this person or whatever like that. Yeah, that's different. But I'm not going to go out and get a new best friend that's a male. Like, oh yes, you know, I'm just not, because you don't know that person at this stage in your life to develop that kind of trust and bond with them and say, oh yeah, he doesn't want anything or mean anything about it. No, that ain't okay.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So
yeah, you do. You have to tread lightly. And transparency is key with that sort of thing. I mean, just like, you know, Rico, you can tell he didn't meant no harm because he texting right there in front of you.
Right. And then he eating and he was like, she made another coconut cream pie. And I was like,
he's sharing the coconut cream pies with you and Malachi. You know?
And I'm like, now you know I'm crazy. So why would you even think it was okay to even bring? And I'm again, because you know I'm crazy, so I'm thinking it was like an old lady.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Girl,
now,
so
I will say that I'm the same way. I know, you know, when you know, you have significant others who have businesses, and you know, you interact, and you too, on a professional level with people. So there is a camaraderie that happens in business that. You know, so I will question when they come home with donuts and cupcakes, brownies,
macaroni and cheese,
right?
I mean,
where'd that come from? You know,
right?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's okay. But I mean, I think if folks are genuinely friends, then in relationships, everybody can be friends. There's no, you know, I'm your friend, but I don't, you know, that's dead. Even with your girlfriends, like I would never. I'm friends with you, but not friends with Rico. We're all friends. We're all friends. Right. You know what I mean? So
now I'm gonna throw like a little, like, you know,
I'm sure you would.
Something in the pot to stir it a little bit. So what do you think about being still being friends with your ex?
Well, that's different. I think that's a little bit different than a friend.
Okay. So would you think it's okay for like Daryl to still be friends with his ex-girlfriend?
I mean, if I had met him and he was still friends with an ex, I think that was something that, you know, I maybe would have had to come to grips with, either one way or the other. Either we would have decided that you can still be friends, or we all gonna be friends, or you can't be her friend.
Okay.
I haven't had to experience that.
Okay.
And I haven't asked my husband to be friends with any of my exes.
No, I mean, like.
So I don't.
So are you still friends with any of your ex-boyfriends? On the spot.
Well, high and by, like if I see you on the street, hey, you know what I mean? But that's it.
Okay.
You know, not
because I know a lot of people are still friends with like their ex-boyfriends
so that I really couldn't
and
speak to that because that hasn't been my experience. You know what I mean? To still carry on relationships as a friend. Oh no, we're just friends. Like no.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
My answer to that is kind of double standard. It's kind of twofold because I've always had really good relationships, like the ones I was really like girlfriend and boyfriend, like the serious ones. Right. I've always had good relationships. And every break that I had was a clean break. Okay. It was a mutual break. So I never had that drama breakup before, right? So before I was with my husband, before I was with Rico, I still kept in touch with my exes. And it was just really on like a, hey, what's going on? How you doing? How's life? That kind of thing. You know, we were always still friends. Now when I got with Rico and then being married, I can see the problem with that. So I'm not anymore. But it also because I don't want him to be. Right. You know, so I can't be, I can't, have it one way or so I'm like, okay, well, he can't be friends with his ex-girlfriend because for real, even if, I have one girlfriend where her boyfriend is still friends with his child's mother.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I mean, co-parenting is one thing. When y'all like best friends and going kicking it or whatever, that's would get too much for me. And she's like cool with that. They all hang out together. And like I'm like, you know, when y'all be hanging out, like do you be like do you be thinking about like him how they used to have sex together? Like I be thinking like that.
Oh, see, you crazy.
I am crazy. I be thinking like, did he do how he do it? You know what I'm saying? I be thinking like that. It'd be just too much to think about.
When kids are involved, I think it sometimes changes the dynamics of things.
I don't.
A little bit. Yeah, I mean, you know, if you have to co-parent.
Yeah, but co-parenting and then like being best friends.
Well, some people have good relationships for the sake of their kids. You know, again, that's not my experience.
I said, well, I don't have no other kids, so I guess I would never.
Right. So, but some people do have, you know, really good, and they make sure that they go out their way to have a strong, united front for the sake of their kids. And sometimes it might mean everybody going to celebrate together, doing something together.
They kick it. Yeah, they and even the baby mother and my friend, they actually go out together a lot. It's just weird. Yeah, it's really weird to me. But again, like you said, I've never had to be in that situation, so maybe I don't have any, you know, a good understanding of it because I haven't witnessed it myself.
Maybe you have.
Give us some feedback on that. Yeah. I know she's going to respond too.
Hey, you didn't say her name.
I didn't say her name.
So, yeah, give us some feedback. Let us know how you feel, what you think. Should your mate have friends or not?
That concludes this segment and episode of Just Chat. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.